So I want to talk about the fact that while we're going through difficult things in our life, and that might not just be trying for a baby, it can be other things. It's like we're wearing glasses and sunglasses. And we kind of have been wearing them for so long that we forget that everything around us is a bit darker, a bit dimmer. It's a little bit more difficult to see. And then what happens when we have other things going on as well is we just have all the glasses. And again, we forget, and we're basically doing this. And so everything we're trying to see, we're literally like, we can't quite understand what's happening, but this becomes our norm. And so then everything is filtered through these glasses. And the joy of the mind body techniques that you're using is that it's like you're just starting to start with, it's just having someone go, "You're wearing 3 pairs of sunglasses." And you go, "Oh, I've got 3 pairs of, okay." And so to start with, it's not even about taking them off. It's just about realizing that there's this shadow over everything. And then the more you do things, the more, and sometimes it will be that you'll kind of wear them like this and you'll feel all right and everything's looking kind of a bit more normal. And then at any moment, all of them can just drop into place again and can have everything really skewed. And it's being aware that it's okay that you're doing that. And it's not like you need to remove all the sunglasses straight away. It's having that awareness of that's what's happening at the moment. And over time, that's going to change. And sometimes you can't force that. You can't speed it up, but it's having that awareness and knowing then that anything else that happens in life can be you're like seeing it through this filter, this filter of grief, or this filter of disappointment, or filter of negativity, a filter of anxiety, and being aware of what your current filter is. So I got into quite a spiral while trying to conceive with disappointment. And there was obviously the monthly disappointment of, hoping I was pregnant, not being pregnant, hoping I was pregnant, not being pregnant. But then it felt like other areas in my life, whenever there was even the smallest disappointment, like, being in my favorite cafe and I'm not having the dish I wanted to order, it wouldn't just feel like, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? It literally felt like this punch in the gut that I was like, why can't I get a break? Why is this happening to me? It's not fair. And it wasn't to do with the meal, it was to do with all this other disappointment coming out in that moment. The same with anxiety. It can be that we're in this anxious loop about trying to get pregnant, and then something else will happen in our life. And so we automatically go to 100% anxiety on that topic. Whereas if you weren't already wearing the 3 pairs of sunglasses, you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's a bit annoying. Maybe I feel a little bit worried about it, but you're not like you wouldn't be hyper anxious about it. So it's being aware of whatever's coming in, what filter am I looking at this through? And when it comes to grief, there's no timeline. We know with grief it can be like ongoing. You're never going to stop having those feelings. And this is talking about like grief if we lose someone that we love. That grief continues, but the level of grief that we feel on a day-to-day basis will shift and will change. But it's being aware that on top of the other things that you're going through at the moment can make everything else in your life feel so much heavier. So having extra level of grief, grace for yourself around that grief and around the other things that are happening in your life as well. And then knowing that once you start removing the glasses, you can start adding other things. So you could be like, okay, I'm going to add my mindfulness and journaling hat and just be aware of, even when I'm feeling absolutely horrific, what can I do to make myself feel 1% better? I wear this hat quite a lot. Originally bought it for going to a festival, and then I was like, it actually makes me laugh. So occasionally I'll just wear it to like friends' barbecues, and they'll be like, why are you wearing a glittery hat? And I was like, because of the expression on your face of complete confusion and the fact that is making me have a little chuckle on the inside. Oh, I forgot a prop to show you. So I go to choir on a Thursday night, and part of choir, the lady brings a big box of drinks, and everyone grabs a can and has their drink. I take my own straw along with me because I like to have a straw with a can. So I literally take this flamingo straw, and every time I have it, and we're literally like, in between singing, I know my flamingo straw, and everyone comments on it, and they were like, some people are like, you why have you bought a straw, and why has the straw got a flamingo on? And I'm just like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. And other people are like, you've got a straw with a flamingo on. That's brilliant. And I was like, we can be friends. I'll stand next to you next time. And so little tiny things in your life, if it makes you smile and feel better to do something really silly, like have a flamingo straw, wear a silly hat, do it. Because even if it feels like, if I do that, it's not gonna make any difference to how I feel whatsoever. Even if it makes you feel 1% better, 1% more connected to the people around you, 1% distracted from what's going on, do it. And the more you practice techniques, it ends up being like you get a full-on glittery jacket. And in the morning, when you wake up, it feels like you've got your 3 pairs of sunglasses on. And then you do your meditation, you do your journaling, and you come into the embrace circle and you go, I'm having a really tough day. And you get that support. And it's like you've put your jacket on. And then you're like, right, I am ready. I'm ready for the day. And then you set off into the day with things to help you get through the day, because you don't have to do this alone. This is the whole point of why I created the Embrace Circle and created the Embrace Fertility Method, because these things helped me and they've helped hundreds of other women, and they can help you. And just keep leaning into them, leaning into the group, leaning into the tools.